Hi everyone, William here again at the National Ninja League Season 3 Finals here at Ninja Quest Fitness. And this time I am joined by a longtime A&W competitor, as well as a Sasuke competitor, a Team Ninja Warrior competitor, a captain on this upcoming season of Ninja vs. Ninja, the Beasts from the East, and someone who just made it to Stage 2 of the National Ninja League Finals this year, James McGrath. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good right now. I feel great.
All right. So I guess the big question is, how's the shoulder doing?
Shoulder's great. One of the big things I was super excited for this competition is that this is the first time I've competed since I got injured that I felt good about where I'm at physically. So it's really, really exciting to come out here and do what I know I can do. You know, bring the beast back.
The beast has been unleashed?
Oh, yeah.
So what's the rehab process been like for you?
Awful. Horrible in so many ways. Things were going great. Surgery went great. And then I just kind of hit this plateau where I was doing the same thing every day, not seeing anything, it's like every day for six or 7 months, I was just hitting the reset button. And it was really hard. It got to the point where I'm just like, am I going to be able to actually compete again? Because that typically, when you hear about how recoveries should go, you don't hear about, nothing changed for a long period of time. I continuously get better. And at some point I was like, man, maybe this is it. But I just had to push through and keep doing everything I could. I'd say the biggest thing, what got me through that plateau, was Nicky Thumbs' treatment. 100% most important thing outside of the surgery itself. Because once that happened, loosened up my shoulder, I got my range of motion back, and I was back to training. And it was one of those things where it was like, I was so weak, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I remember when I finally worked up to being where I was at before I started training for Ninja, and that was 7-8 years ago now, and thinking, man, I need to do a good 5 years of training in about 3 months. So thinking about where I would be here and where I would be for Season 10, I didn't think I would be this far along, but it's been great. I feel like by the time the show comes up, I'll be back to my old self. Yeah,
So just to confirm, you did apply for Season 10?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay. No call yet?
No call yet.
All right. Well, it's still early because you're
hoping for Miami. I hope they put me in Miami again because I'm comfortable down there in the Southeast. And to be honest, I don't really want to worry about having to watch Alyssa run and then run myself. If I'm going to be there to watch her, I want to just focus all my attention on what she's doing. Because if I'm running, I'm not, when Alyssa's running isn't going to be going through my head at all. The fact that she's even there might not even be, I like to get really focused, so.
All right, that makes sense. So this time around, you're actually captaining a team on Ninja vs. Ninja. Has there been any sort of difference between just being a member of the team and being the captain of the team?
So, for me, I think being a captain of the team at this particular time would have been different than being a captain at any other time, simply because I was there for my team. Knowing Drew wasn't going to be there, I had to ask Erica, where are you at in your recovery? Do you want to do this? Because I knew I wasn't at my strongest, and I knew if it came down to it, I might not be able to, run through the course how I'd like to. I knew I wouldn't be able to do that, so I would have to, going into it, my plan was to just rely on my foot speed and the fact that I'm going to beat everyone out at the start. I'm going to be a step and a half ahead of everyone. And the plan is to try and keep that lead, but that's going to be really difficult because at the time, not confident in, my arm strength, I feel like I was about 65% back, but I could do things. And I was like, you know what? I can still run through things fast. The obstacles are going to be easy, so it's not going to really push me very much. But having that confidence in being able to just throw yourself, I didn't have that. I couldn't just grab something and pull myself and throw it through. So I had to really be super efficient, couldn't make any mistakes. And I knew that, like, when it came down to it, I'm going to have to rely on someone else to, like, David Kavanaugh to, like, kind of lead the team in that kind of aspect, because if it came down to, like, a sudden death, the format changed a little bit. I don't want to give any spoilers about that. But the sudden death thing is kind of, you know, having your captain run to decide the match. That's over. Okay. But going into it, I didn't know that. So I was thinking, that's going to be all on David's shoulders, because I don't want that responsibility, because I know if it came down to it, I can't compete the way I want to compete. So it was really weird. So when it came down to, you know, going and doing it, I was just there for my team to try and make the best decisions for what they wanted. So whenever something came up, I'm like, all right, guys, let's talk. How do you want to do this? Where, you know, how do you want to, like, do the matchups? What do you want? And I kept wanting to throw David at the other team's captains, just to try and, like, he's so strong and he's so good and he's put so much time and training into this. The fact that he's been a walk-on for so many seasons is just, it's crushing, you know? And I wanted to get him out there and, you know, get him the spotlight he deserves. So I kind of wanted him to take on what you would think of the role as the captain, because, I mean, physically, at the time he was stronger than me. And I feel like when it comes to speed and endurance, he's the only other person I know that trains in the style that I train. So I was very confident in having him as a partner. Even though a lot of people don't know him, they're going to know him after this season.
But I'm looking forward to it. We're going to be seeing that soon. So I guess just one final question. As someone who has been competing on so many seasons of American Ninja Warrior, as succinctly as you can, how do you feel like the show has changed over the years?
I feel like it's only changed for the better. Things for the athletes get better every year, even if some years it's, you know, only very incremental. But as far as it's very difficult. You have to, as an athlete, you have to disconnect from the show of it, part of it, because if you pay attention to that, there's just going to be too much to deal with. So you have to just kind of let casting and let production worry about all that stuff, and you can't really take what they say to heart, and sometimes you just have to ignore them. Okay. But when it comes to the course and the show as a sport, it gets better every year. Like I said, the format of Ninja versus Ninja is different this year. I love it. I love the format. Some rules things that need to be changed, I believe. But outside of that, like, it's just the format alone is a huge, very welcome change. And the same thing with the course. Like, the obstacles get better, the courses get better. As this keeps growing and getting better, like, I love it. I love watching it grow and seeing things that, like what was your reaction to the Double Dipper? Like, I think everyone remembers their reaction to first seeing the Double Dipper.
Yeah, my reaction was, that's really cool, and holy crap, and that looks a lot of fun.
And that obstacles like that kind of R&D that it takes to make something that tuned in, they didn't have that, seasons 4 or 5 or 6. And as it grows and gets bigger and ATS gets better at what they're doing, we're starting to see obstacles like that. Just crazy things that are, like, dialed in. Like, so, yeah. I'm ready for some more things like that for season 10. Because they're putting a lot of effort. They're going to be throwing everything at it. This is a huge season, 10 years. 10 years. This isn't like Japan where we're doing two a year. This is once a year. Like 10 years, season 10. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the show and seeing you in season 2 stage 2 tomorrow.
Thank you very
So good luck tomorrow. Good luck in season 10, and best of luck for everything in the future.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe for more coverage of National Ninja League Season 3 Finals.
Do it.
Hey everyone, William here. Huge thank you to James McGrath for doing the interview with me. Make sure you follow him on all of his social media accounts. You can find the links in the description down below. Thanks for watching.